it's been some time since my last tutorial. So today we're gonna have a tutorial on color grading using a $30 app. So there's many different platforms that you can use to edit and color grade your videos, and it all comes down to your personal preferences. Do you prefer that typical stationary style of editing, or do you prefer a more versatile laptop or like a tablet or a smartphone to edit your videos on? Now, each of the softwares that you can get for the different devices do more or less the same thing. Some have better features and some process faster and gives you a smoother experience. But every single software has the basic features of adding colors, trimming, and also exporting. Now, I've been using an app called LumaFusion for many years now, and for those of you that's new to this channel, this app is only $30, and it basically looks more or less like Final Cut Pro. It's really intuitive and really nice, and it's extremely fast. And it also has most of the features you need for quick and easy editing, with the option to make your own custom presets like transitions and other effects if you want to do that, and also your unique color grading style or colors, so you can save those as a preset as well if you want to do that. So today we're digging a little bit more into the color section of this app. I also have a full tutorial on the latest LumaFusion update, which will cover everything related to this video as well and how everything works, and I also have about 500 other tutorials if you want to check them out. So in today's video we'll be color grading using my new signature LUTs, and there will also be 2 sample LUTs down in the description below if you want to download those and test those out. And if you decide that you want to purchase the entire bundle of 40 something signature LUTs for every single camera that you can imagine, there's also a 25% off with the code RH25. Now, without further ado, let's jump over to LumaFusion. To show you how versatile these LUTs are, we're gonna go through some footage with different clips here from the GoPro Hero 10, Insta360 Go 2, Sony a7S III, DJI Mini 3 Pro, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max. These are all my favorite travel cameras, which I bring on every single trip that I go on. So, color grading footage from any type of camera, there's always some adjustments that you want to do. If you shoot with the Mini 3 Pro in D-Cinelike, for example, it's always better to correct the image before adding a LUT. And for the Sony or Canon cameras or any other type of mirrorless or DSLR camera, the easiest way to correct your image is to first apply a correction LUT. You can also find the specific correction LUT for your camera on your camera's own website. So if we now move over to this clip, which is shot on the Sony a7S III, and apply a correction LUT, then adjust the image with some subtle changes before I apply my signature LUT, you can see how much of a difference that makes. Now, you can also correct your image without using a correction LUT, but it will be a little bit more time consuming, so I highly recommend that you download a correction LUT if you use a Sony, Canon, or any other type of mirrorless or DSLR camera. It will save you a ton of time. Now, let's move over to the Mini 3 Pro footage. This is shot in the Cinelike, and it's quite flat compared to the normal color profile. So to correct this, I add a simple color preset in LumaFusion, enable the scopes by tapping on the scopes icon on the top left corner, and then make sure I stay within the 255 and 0 mark limit on the right side of the waveform. This is now set to Rec 709 8-bit. If we change this over to 10-bit, we will have a higher value on the right side. I also have a video covering all of this, which I will leave down in the description below. Adding a bit of brightness and contrast, decreasing the midtones a bit with the levels, and pushing more colors into the image by increasing the saturation and vibrance. I now have a corrected image and can apply one of my LUTs. And since the clip is manually corrected, there's barely any adjustments needed when I apply any of my signature LUTs. Applying the 4 Seasons LUT, you can see how this enhances the colors separately instead of just adding one simple color tone with more or less saturation and contrast. And with the same corrected image, I can easily change to any of the other LUTs. So here we have the caramel LUT. See how that maintains the green color, but also adds a filter of brown. You can also change this by adjusting the blend slider if you want to maintain more or less of that brown caramel look. Now let me show you one more for the same corrected clip. We're gonna apply the pineapple LUT and see how the pineapple LUT is creating more of a tropical vibe compared to the cinematic look of the caramel LUT. It's so easy to use these LUTs, so that's why I want to share 2 sample LUTs which you can try for yourself, as well as a 25% off for the next week by using the code RH25. So this is me hiking at the Pali Lookout in Hawaii, and I'm using the GoPro Hero 10 and it has the auto settings and the natural color profile. It's also a little bit too dark it seems, so I might need to do a minor correction. But first let's just try to add a LUT and see how it looks. Let's go with the forest brown. Boom! See how that forest brown LUT is enhancing the leaves and also brightens the shadows. And by adjusting the blend slider, I get a more detailed and cinematic look with no correction done. Let's try another LUT, the Blue Blood LUT. Same style, but with different color patterns. 4 seasons, no correction, done. Now let's move over and check one more camera here. This is the Insta360 Go 2. This is definitely my #1 camera when I'm traveling. I just love how versatile this camera is. I use it so much, so I'm gonna leave a link down to it down in the description. I highly recommend that you get one of these. Here we have a few clips with the Go 2. The first is from our hike in Nuuanu, and you can see how the different LUTs apply the same color changes to the Go 2's vivid color profile as it did with the GoPro and other cameras, but it's actually doing that without destroying the image. It actually makes the image look better. I also have some hiking footage up to the Lanikai pillbox, no problem, auto settings, no correction, only simple adjustments to the blend slider. My signature LUTs are developed to work with any software and camera. It's perfect if you're shooting with a smartphone and want to add some additional spice to your video. So here I have a few clips shot with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and this was all shot using the native camera app. So color grading, even with a $30 app, has never been easier. I really look forward to see where you'll be taking my signature LUTs and which camera you will use them with. If you already have a video published using them, let me know down in the comment section below or tag me on Instagram if you use them in a reel. I will also leave some correction LUTs for the Sony S-Log profile down in the description as well. Also, don't forget to grab the sample LUTs and the 25% off discount. So that's how I color grade in LumaFusion using my new signature LUTs, which I've been working on for so long. I really hope that you found this video helpful and that I could at least help you with some correction of your image if you decide to use your own LUTs. If you want to test out the LUTs are down in the description below, and also don't forget the 25% off. So until next time, take care and I will see you soon.